Like we always do at this time. Oh man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, well. Wednesday night, no strings. What's up, everybody? Everybody good? Everybody straight? We damn near on time tonight. We in here, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight. It might, I don't know where this might go. This might be a very chill, relaxing conversation, or this shit might go full left. Who knows with this damn topic? But we want to have a state of the union per se, right? We want to talk about having political differences with friends in your relationship. You know, we living in a very interesting political time and political climate. So I think it's a great time to propose this question with everything going on right now. So we'll see how that goes. So y'all make sure y'all tap in for that. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to the channel, rocking with the channel. Anybody that's given us a retweet, anybody that shared it with a friend, anybody that's done anything with the channel, commented. We definitely appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Whether you listen to us in the podcast form, wherever it is that you listen and find your podcast, we are over there. Or if you rock with us right here on YouTube, we appreciate you as well. What the hell is this that just pulled up? Okay, there you go. So we appreciate that, man. Thank y'all. In the building right now, Shouty Mo, aka the coziest. What up, Mo?
Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back on a Wednesday night. We out here. We about on time. Like, let's get into it.
Mo is excited for the time. She like, we on time,
Right.
Lionel in the building, y'all. What up, Li?
What up? It's a pleasure to be in the motherfucking building.
You did?
Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome back to another episode with the 3 Live crew. So far, it's 3 of us, and we are, 3 Live per usual. Like, feeling give y'all the fucking vibes and just keeping shit a bean. Keeping shit a buck, keeping the birds in their nests, like calling the bird a bird. But also giving gems and like dropping gems too, like dropping real gems in terms of like navigating through like self evolution, but also navigating like relationship long term. So all the things is here. Welcome back to No Strings Attached.
You dig? We in here. And let me make sure I give a shout out before I do anything to the Leos out there as we start this Leo season. Leo's in the building. Make sure I shout out to my baby girl. Her birthday is today. Shout out to her.
Hey, happy birthday, Gabby. It's
Royce.
Happy
Gabby.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Royce. Royce is 7 today. Big girl,
7
big girl.
years old. That's crazy.
Yeah, big girl now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's going down. She out there acting crazy. So shout out to the Leos, man. I got 2 lionesses. You dig? So I got 2 of them. I got another birthday on the 29th. So it's going down. Where my Leos at?
Yeah. I'm here present, holding down for the Leos. My rising sign is a Leo. And so I'm coming right off of my sun sign straight into rising, Cancer right into Leo. Boom, bam, wham, bam, damn, in July. So it's just really like that month. And that's my vibe this month. My vibe has been so immaculate. I've been appreciative of myself and like who I've grown to be and like become. I appreciate the people I've attracted into my life and the people I've been blessed to experience. And the experiences I experienced, I've just been really thankful this month. Like, outside of that, I'm always thankful. I say that a lot, but like this month, genuinely, my gratefulness has like evolved to another level. I've just been so thankful to be me and like alive. Sidebar, heavy sidebar. Shout out to the Leos. Happy birthday.
Facts. Let's get into these birds real quick. Like, we got 2 birds. It's just a new thing. We just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess, every week. So the first bird I gotta give out
at the end.
Huh?
I got a surprise honorary bird drop at the end.
Oh shit! Okay, well, make sure we get to that. There you go. So we got a couple birds tonight. A triple bird. There you go. But the first bird, now I'll just give them one real quick. The whole city of Houston gets a bird of the week tonight. Because I woke up this morning and I was like, what the hell is going on in Houston? I wake up at like 7 this morning. I see they talking about massive raids, an FBI investigation in Houston. What the hell is going on? They loading people up at NRG Stadium. The fuck is happening in Houston, right? So yeah, Houston down there, they had a large scale bail bond ring going on. They were doing illegal bail bonds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they scooped up 53 people today.
Damn.
Apparently it's gonna be more to come over the next couple of days. But yeah, they
And they're
scooped
taking
up
them
50.
back to jail.
Well, no, they ain't even got the people that got out yet. They just got, from what I was reading, they got the people that were actually doing the illegal bonds.
Oh, I see.
So they were doing illegal bail bonds. So like, if you got locked up, you ain't got the bail money, hit up the bail bonds, but you ain't got no people. We can give you some fake paperwork. We can get you a fake co-signer, the whole shebang. So yeah, they all looking at federal time.
Damn.
Yeah, they all looking at 20 years Fed time. The FBI, they got the FBI from Houston, San Antonio, New Orleans, HPD, Harris County Sheriffs. It was all hands on deck. DPS.
That's ridiculous. Not all hands on deck.
It was all hands on deck. They caught everybody for this shit. They're like, we taking their ass down. So
no, that's a huge scheme, though. That's a major scheme.
Oh yeah, because that's the other thing, right? Because the people that got out of jail, that's fraud. Right. We got to come. So yeah, that whole thing is crazy.
Now that's another charge. You broke out.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Here's my second bird before I let Lionel throw his honorary bird in there as well. This goes out. Are y'all familiar with former NBA player Gilbert Arenas? He has a podcast now, Gil's Arena. I'm not that big of a fan of Gil's podcast. No disrespect to Gil. I like Gil as a player, Agent Zero. I just think he got some weird takes. And I think he goes a little. It's weird because even before this bird I'm about to give him, I thought he just went a little too far all the time, right? Yeah. I was like, I just do a little too much for my taste. That's just for me. Pause.
Yeah.
And so Team USA basketball is doing they're finishing up their friendlies that they're doing, playing scrimmage games before the Olympics starts in a couple days. Hey. And they barely beat South Sudan.
Yeah.
They beat them by 1 point. They were favored, I think, by 43 points, and they won by 1. So everybody was like, how the hell y'all niggas barely beat South Sudan, right?
We know South Sudan. They were really balling.
They were super balling. South Sudan, small African country, right? I think they're the youngest nation. I think they said something like that, right?
Yeah.
And here's what Gilbert Arenas had to say about the brothers from South Sudan. He was trying to hate on the U.S. team, but the South Sudan caught all the strays. Lionel, y'all listen to this.
Got the males. Almost lost to some Africans. Yeah, we almost lost to them. And the king had to save. The king had to save us. I know the LeBron haters are mad. We almost lost to the Ahi tribe. This is crazy. Man, Embiid over there, goddamn throwing the game. He throwing the game for his cousins and shit. We're supposed to be losing to air up there. Come on, man. Cool Runnings. We're not supposed to lose to the Cool Runnings team. They don't even have shoes. They get their shoes from America. We got to ship them shoes. They don't even have basketball rims, though. Manubo, I seen he had to walk, an hour and a half to go shoot basketball. We losing to people who don't even, they got baskets in the back. They shooting on fucking peach.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna stop it there. Nasty work from Gil. Nasty work.
He was hating so hard.
Like, are you mad or are you mad?
Right. First, he ain't never been on the USA team. He's never been on Team USA.
No, he did. He's never made it. What up? Shay in the building, y'all.
What up?
Yeah, hey, what up? We had to make sure we gave that bird to Gil though, because he was going hard body on it.
That's a well-deserved bird.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like it's tough this year. But they were saying that like this year there's 66 NBA players like in other teams, like other countries' teams, whereas typically I think like normally it's like under 20.
Yeah, right.
And so like this year, like the competition will be a lot tougher for them. So
right.
But they almost lost, if not did lose to Nigeria a couple of years ago. So they've lost to an African team before. Like obviously black people ball. Like whether you African or black American, like clearly it's just like ball is life. But shout out to South Sudan.
Yeah, shout out to South Sudan, man. That nigga said we almost lost the air up there. That nigga said when he did the whole the shooting of the day, I was like, oh, that's wild.
Crazy.
That's wild, bro. You playing these dudes out like that, dude. That's crazy work.
Bro.
a lot of people were mad at him because he said we almost lost to the Cool Runnings team, and it was like, well, nigga, Cool Runnings, that was about Jamaica, nigga. So that's a totally different
that went
fucking
over
place.
my head.
Yeah, like nigga, Cool Runnings is Jamaica, nigga. But yeah, he had to come out and issue an apology, obviously, right? You can't. I mean, he went a little too crazy on that. But shout out to Gil though, man. Shout out to Gil. But yeah, he had to catch this bird this week. Hey y'all, what up, Dream? Dream in the building. We gave that bird to Gilbert Arenas. Well-deserved bird of the week for Gilbert. What you got, Lionel? Lionel said he got something for us. What's up?
My honorary bird of the week is your president, Joe Biden. That's
Are you?
my.
I was like my president.
That's my undisputed bird of the week. He's just been such a bird for the last 4 years, and then he just sealed the fucking deal. Looks like he got his beak shine this week or something. Extra bird shit this week. But no, honestly, I feel like, I don't know if it's an ego thing, but I think these people are getting into like the game of like the wanting the power versus considering what's best for the country. Because it's pretty offensive and kind of wild to think that Joe Biden would even like run for presidency or be a president considering like his health. It's fucking insane. And like that just subjects us to a lot of shit. Because if he dies or some shit, then we're gonna be in the hands of somebody, the next person that's really not prepared either. I just feel like we need a humongous reset to like get this country like in a better space. Like it's so fucking interesting right now. But nonetheless, like Joe Biden, I'm giving it to him just because I feel like he put his ego and wanted that position and power over what was best for the country. I don't think that he was running this competently. If you get on camera and are incompetent and having some fuck ups, Olivia Pope would never allow no shit like that. So if this is happening on camera, just imagine how incompetent he actually is in reality. Like if they allowing us to see this person like glitching on stage, then behind the scenes, I can only imagine. So that's kind of offensive. It feels like a slap in the face. Like fuck what y'all's best interest is really. Like I got allies and I need this power and I need to be in this position. That's what I feel like with Biden. Like so he's my bird and thank God like that he's like resigning and done. Although I didn't think he had a chance to win. But I'm gonna just leave it there. That's my bird.
Now, I think that's a good point because he, I mean, look, man, even if you were somebody out there and you were like and I'm not, I truly don't care anybody's political affiliation. I respect it all. But if you were like somebody that was like, yo, I'm gonna ride with Biden. Listen, dude, after you see that, I don't think it's anything. The dude's just old, right? Like you get to in your 80s, fam, you just get slippage. I'm sorry. It's just what happens. Me and my daughter just watched The Lion King yesterday. It's the goddamn circle of life. I don't know what you want me to say to you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like the man's in his 80s, he got slippage. To me, I was mad at the people around him. I'm like, this is damn near some elder abuse. Like, y'all gotta get this nigga out of here, man. Because I was like, yo, I got to the point that I had to stop watching because I was like, man, I started. First, I was annoyed like you, Lionel. Then I was kind of like my little Libra ass. I was like, hey, man, he trying his best, dog. He just can't remember, man.
You like, bless his heart. No, get this bitch out of here.
Like, man, this nigga trying. They just keep pushing him out here to do these interviews and shit. He don't know what.
Meanwhile, whole time he's cutting fat-ass checks for Ukraine. Whole time talking about president.
I don't even know if he's signing them checks at this point, Lionel.
What do you call him? He was like, President Putin. Yeah. Whole time it was like Ukraine's president that he's at.
He don't know who he's sending money to. Somebody else is sending that damn money.
Right. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's a lot of shit going on up under the covers right now with the presidency. And I don't like that shit. Especially because it's like the climate is too sensitive. Like one move can easily fuck some shit up. And now we at war with Russia and China easily. It's like the climate is too sensitive to be in this bitch. Just like
I agree.
Not being intentional.
Shout out to Dream. Dream, when he said, I was funny too. Dream said, listen, when Trump said, same. I don't know what he said, and neither does he.
Same, that took me out.
You know what he's adopted to? And I felt so bad for him because if anybody, and I'm not diagnosing him. I don't know if he has early stage Alzheimer's. I don't know. But anybody who's ever been around like an older person that's starting to slip or maybe has some Alzheimer's, one thing that they do is they adopt like little stuff because like they get frustrated with themselves, right? That like they can't And so he's adopted this thing to where he says, anyway. So he'll be talking and go back and watch his last few interviews. He'll be talking and answering a question. You could tell he'll forget totally what the hell's going on. And so he'll be like, yeah, so Mo got this shirt on and it's a girl on the shirt. And, anyway, you'd be like, what, nigga? What the fuck? Wait, what are you transitioning to? We're talking about the shirt. And
that's like
anyway.
At some point, I love how there's a minimum requirement to be the president. Like you have to be at least 35 or something like that.
35, yeah.
But then there needs to be a maximum, bitches. Y'all is trying it. Y'all are pushing the fucking at this point. Y'all are really trying it.
I was on another podcast last week saying that, Lionel.
Respectfully, because it's like I hate to age shame. It's not age shaming, but you are not qualified for the job, sir. Obviously, and you're flunking on camera. Don't do that. And now, honestly, a whole nother conversation is that I don't think a lot of people process or maybe realize is that there's an international climate as well. We're not just America on our own fucking planet, and in this country is all that matters. Our relationship with the rest of the world is extremely important to our everyday life as well. So that brings me to 2 points. First point being, I think it'll be interesting if we have a woman who's the leader, because how does that look in international arenas where they don't respect women at all? And then second, I feel right now Joe Biden as our president is fucking up our reputation, because we got this incompetent ass person up here representing the whole, and they looking at us dumb as fuck, dumb. But I mean, the same thing happened with Trump. A lot of world leaders would not want to shake his hands whenever he would be at summits and shit like that. So it's just at some point, I remember America being that country. We were a country. I don't know. It feels like we're in shambles and we're scraping and scrambling. Where to Diddy?
No, I agree. And jump in, Mo. I'm sorry if you want to jump in, because Mo just sitting there I don't fuck with none of this.
Honestly, we're a joke. America is a joke. I don't know what else to say about this shit. But what I keep hearing and seeing, just information about is this Project 2025 shit that I'm we need to do something.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I meant to read into the what Project 25 is. I keep hearing about that, but I've not read into it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing little bits about it and just what it means for the workforce for just people and in general. And it's a lot of basically kind of leaning towards dictation style ruling. And so that's the shit I'm really gonna need to get more educated on, because they're trying to push that shit silently. It's not something that is being talked about as much, but absolutely needs to be. I'm not super into politics, so I can't really put too much input on this, but I mean, honestly, I think I checked out once Trump was elected into office this last time. That was what really checked me out of it. I was like, they're laughing at us. Other countries are what are they doing over there? We're a joke.
Yeah. I mean, look, so Project 2025, that was put out by the Heritage Foundation. I think it's worth at least everybody looking over it, right? Just to take a look and, like you said, Mo, just familiarize yourself with it. Definitely interesting piece of reading. It's very, very interesting. Look, I'll say this, because now we definitely are into the main topic, right? Political differences in relationships. So one thing I'll say is most people that vote typically are really voting on most people are single issue voters, right? It's abortion, it's something with the criminal justice system. It's typically one thing, taxes, right? Most of the time people are only really voting for one thing. It's very rare that you go where you got both candidates up and you're doing a checklist of every damn thing. That's kind of OD, right? Most people just I'm for abortion, they not, I'm doing this. So I'm against abortion, they with it. I'm, what I'm saying? It's very simple. One thing, and it's interesting coming on the heels, well, it came before the slaying of our sister Sonia Massey, which is crazy. We got to get to that tonight as well.
Right.
Because that shooting was crazy. And right before, I guess it's been a month, maybe a month, a little less, where Trump kind of, I don't know if his handlers told him to say this, But it was kind of a flippant statement he made in one of his rallies where he was like, he can't wait to get back in president, get back to law and order so that we can, because he said, his words, not mine. I can find the clip. He wants to do full immunity for police officers so they can't get prosecuted if they do something in the duties of their job, which is, to me, that's insanity. that's insanity.
Complete insanity. They don't even have complete immunity right now, and the amount of power that they have is way too much to the point that they're abusing it. So if they were just invincible, this shit would be another country.
Well, anyone who watches that Sonya Massey video and thinks, oh, well, he got immunity, so, no, bro, come on, fam.
They need to be reformed so bad. Like, and they're not even professional at least. Like, at least, if nothing else, like, there's nothing there. There's no professionalism. There's no couth. There's no respect to the community that they're serving. Like, all the things are missing. All of them. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, that's the thing that's so far gone. I don't know what you would do, We would have just, like... have to plant some sticky bombs at every police station, just blow them bitches up.
Whoa!
I don't know what else to, I'm like, I don't know what else to do.
Jesus, allegedly. Shit.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. But no. It's crazy. So what do y'all think though? Could y'all be in a relationship with somebody who politically is different than you? When I say different, let's just start with the extreme that like y'all are just polar opposites politically. You know what I'm saying? It's just let's just go there. Like everything else is good. Y'all met, and then all of a sudden one day y'all were watching something on TV, and you're like, oh, I didn't know you felt like that. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, yeah, fuck them kids. I don't care about none of that. Like, what? Shit. That's crazy. Yeah. You're like, no, fuck that, Mo. Fuck your reproductive shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, especially because of how much it's like, at least for the last few years and like how it's been affecting, like even just the topic of, the reproductive stuff with women, like the abortion topics, just like, all these things are wanting to do and pass. And like, even just in Texas, you know what I'm saying? Like is to be pro that is, in my opinion, crazy. Cause it's like, damn, like you're really taking away women's rights and you're for that. Like that's definitely a touchy one where I'm like, obviously as a woman, like I couldn't, I view like that. I don't know if I could be on the same, like in a relationship with someone who's not on the same side of that, like that's hard to imagine. Cause like I said, like, I mean, I am a woman. So things that we've seen how even again, just the topic of like the abortions and how they're banned and everything, like how, women are actually in danger of their lives. Cause it's not even just women wanting to get rid of kids. It's like women who are actually having medical issues and can't be helped because of these laws that are in place. And it's like, damn, like there's so much more to it that it's like, I think whenever people have that perspective of like, no, like, pro-life, but I feel like there's just so much more to the conversation that people don't consider, those that are like, pro those bans and everything like that. And that's just my perspective again as a woman. But I mean, to each their own. You're going to believe what you want to believe, but being in a relationship with someone like that where we're really at odds about that's kind of crazy in my opinion. It can also stem into like other things like like sexuality and LGBTQ and things like that.
Oh right.
I definitely have been with like in a relationship where I had different views about it, because like obviously like especially a lot of men will be like pressed about that stuff, like really feeling strongly about like I'm like, damn, like just chill, like it's really not even that deep. So it's like, are we gonna just avoid that conversation forever? But it's like going through life, you're gonna be in certain situations, or there's gonna be topics, there's gonna be certain things that it's like that's gonna come out, and I don't know, I'm like cringe, like that's kind of crazy. I really don't know if I could. I don't know if I could, I guess it would maybe depend on the topics, but things like that, I'm like, I definitely can't see myself really being like with someone, or I would just have those thoughts in the back of my mind. Even then, I'm be like, I don't know. Is this really gonna be forever? Are we really gonna be together forever? Because like, am I really gonna like? Are you ever gonna change? Or like, and not to expect that people are just gonna change, and I think that's another reason too. Where I'm like, I don't know if I could accept that, because because there's just so much more to it. Like, and I feel like some people who are stubborn on it, maybe I'm stubborn on my own views, but I feel like my views are pretty open minded. And I feel like the ones that are on the opposite side usually are a little more, closed minded. But that's only my perspective. Someone might
Right.
think this about me.
Right. What's up, Lai? Tell me. Talk to me. If Tamara wake up tomorrow and start pressing you like, nah, nigga, I'm out. Fuck all that you talking about.
I feel like I can pretty much, like, as of now, I'm really good at agreeing to disagree. So I could do that up until a certain extent. Like some things are just non-negotiable. Like I'm not gonna just sit up here and disagree about like murder. Like you're a murderer. Like what? Like things that are just like okay. Like I can't. I'm sorry. Like there's but a lot of things like I can totally like agree to disagree and still like respect you and like you. Like I totally respect the fact that like people have different opinions. And that's what it comes down to. It is like a fine line between like preference and opinion when it's like politics because like you said, some people would rather have funds going one way where other people would rather them going another way. And so that's what we're talking about here. So I wouldn't make such a big deal of it. Like I could have some disagreeing conversations with you and like then just keep it pushing and be like, okay. But so that's like I think I could see that. Like I could see it working if I like you, then I just like you. We just gonna probably get into some shit at some point or another. Like this climate, we'll probably be going back and forth, but it should be like healthy. Like discourse and disagreement is so healthy and necessary, and that just like that's important. I feel like, and a lot of times people disagree about shit all the time in their relationship. Whether that's like how to eat, like should we eat healthy or should we not? Like are we dieting? Are we, so and that be deal breakers. Are we splurgers? Are we just like always saving? Like so, not being able to like disagree healthily, not knowing how to disagree with your partner, communicate through that is detrimental. Like regardless of what the issue is, like you got to know how to be able to like respect the other person's like space, but then speak up for yourself too. Like both things got to exist, and then but respect is the greatest, and like the transparency and communicating. So I know I could like navigate that. It's just like at some point I'll draw the line. Like okay, I'm not willing to like now.
Yeah.
If you feel me, what I'm saying, you feel where I'm going.
And I think it also, Mo, like as you're saying that too, like it made me kind of consider, just the difference in the perspectives. Because like also like I'm not at a level of relationship or been in a level of relationship that you're in. You know what I mean? Like because that's a different thing, especially when you're like coexisting with the person. You're really like living with someone and really like building your life together. So that's definitely I feel like it would be more room to be more understanding, more like open to having that, just like, okay, we can agree to disagree, where it's just like, as me, like, I'm just me. And I'm like, I'm not sharing a space with someone. I'm not like, necessarily building all of that, or in my relationships, they never got to that level. So it's like, okay, I can stand on where I'm at because I'm like, it doesn't really affect our everyday in the sense too. So like, that's an interesting.
Tamara and I just had a situation literally like last night. We were up until like 4 or 5 a.m. like talking about a thing that like it wasn't like all night. Like I had went to Cigar Lounge, came back, and like at 1, that's when we started talking about the thing. And so we were talking for hours about something we disagree on, and it wasn't like arguing. It was like literally just communicating about a disagreement. And at the end of it, it's not like we completely 100,000% agreed at one point, and we just agreed to disagree. But we kept talking some more, and then we got to a point that we agreed on it. But at one point, we were like totally okay with agreeing to disagree. Like, okay, well, I respect it. Like that's how you see it.
Yeah.
And you respect how I see it, and you can move forward like that. But then you got an issue. Somebody like gotta like be right, or like somebody gotta like enforce this on you. Like I need you to see this like this. That's where it's problematic. Those people, you gotta watch those people. They're problematic, and they want to control you.
Yeah. Torian just woke up, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I was on the phone.
So glad you could join us.
Right.
I was on the phone.
I'm like, what did that post say? It said no excuses.
Right. Yeah.
I'm on your ass.
That was some other people. Look, it's National Tequila Day, so oh shit, you can't even see my tequila.
It's National what day?
Tequila Day, so I was taking shots.
I don't drink that shit.
I'm good.
Boo,
that shit'll make me
losers.
throw up. That'll definitely 100% make
I
me
got
throw
work
up.
What you be drinking, brown?
I'm drinking brown tonight. Yeah, I'm an old nigga.
Yeah. That shit make me
Got some of this
throw up.
old brown. I do want to say this, though. Here's what I'll say, though, because, and I want you to jump in too, Torian, on the political thing. But I think what y'all are saying, I 100% agree. Like, it's healthy to be able to disagree. Obviously, gonna be some things that are non-negotiables. But I just think that we live in a time and in a political climate right now, to where, man, people are really. And look, I'll say this before I move on. I think once whatever happens with Trump this cycle, whether he gets 4 more years or if he doesn't win, I think once the Trump thing is over, I think politics is going to have a bit of a reset. And I say that because there's no one else as dynamic as Trump on either side, to be fair. I say this about politics all the time. So much about politics is being likable. I don't care what none of y'all say. People cannot like Trump's policies, not like his rhetoric. But when he just up there just talking shit, man, that motherfucker be saying some funny shit, and he comes across as likable at times. It just is what it is. Like, Obama was likable. I know people that hated his presidency, that didn't like his policies, but he was a likable motherfucker. He would show up. The nigga was likable, you know what I'm saying? Dapping niggas up, playing basketball and shit. Motherfucker was likable. Hillary Clinton, I totally understood why she didn't win. I just always felt like she was just unlikable. I was like, damn, she just unlikable as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I get it. She just unlikable, the motherfucker, right? So much of it is likability.
Like,
but with that yeah, right. I don't even like this motherfucker. But with that being said, though, like, so much of the rhetoric now. Like, it was a out of Ohio. I don't know if he was a senator, congressman out of Ohio at a Trump rally, who came out and said that if Trump and Vance don't win, we're gonna have to have a civil war. Like, people are talking about another civil war. Like, it's that level of rhetoric. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can get contentious with your partner if your partner's on the opposite side, and one side is talking about civil. Like, hey, well, we don't win. It's gonna be a civil war. It's like, whoa, that's a little OD. Like, I gotta ask my partner. I hope you don't think like we need to go there, do you? Right? Like,
I feel like it is OD, but at the same time, that's how you gotta overtake shit, though. And that's how shit has always been overtaken. It's like, whether you agree with the overtaker or not, that's just like, because it's not like anybody meets in a boardroom and establishes like, okay, this is how the world will go going forward. No, it's always been war, and it's always been uprising, like overtake. And so, like, that is just like a thing. The only thing is, it's not matched on the other side. Like, the other side doesn't like say, okay, well, if y'all win, then like it's smoke too. So like, that's the part. Like, okay, well, it should be smoke on both sides. We're gonna have smoke, but
because here's the thing, though.
I feel like I'm here for a civil war. I feel like I'm always here for a good shake the table, reset.
No, you're not.
I respect
you're not ready, because what you gonna do with your kids? Like, you got other factors to be thinking about than like, now you got to do all this shit. You got to worry about your kids being possibly attacked. Like, that's so outrageous for them to even put out there. Like, and other people like, yeah, like, no, like, yeah, to get the chance to like fight for your rights and shit, you know. But like, at the end of the day, like, a lot of innocent blood is going to be shed, and like, are you ready?
I can't hear you right now, man.
There you go. They cut off his internet. He talking that bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, my sister was calling me. I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Shout out to your sister.
Shit. But a lot of innocent blood is gonna get shed, like, and for what reason? Just because
she calling back. You better answer the phone. I would suggest answering the phone.
She keep calling me. She probably
the nigga said, "I stay ready." Okay, so there you. I guess Lionel got some supporters in here for Civil War. Here's my thing. Here's what I'm saying. Look. I don't think it'll ever happen on an actual level, right? There might be some rising up, some rioting, things of that nature, but I think that like, I don't think that we're gonna take up arms in that matter. But I'll say this though, people feel very strongly. But again, I think it's because Donald Trump is such a charismatic person. trust me, once Donald Trump is no longer in
You think
the
he's
picture,
charismatic?
yes, I think
Okay,
Trump
I can
is
see that.
super charismatic.
I can see that.
I think he's super That's why I think he was able. I think that's why he was able to be on TV for fucking 20 years,
I
right?
feel like it's like charismatic, like asshole though, because it's not like it's just like the charisma
I mean,
that's like
yeah.
it's like the charisma
I
that's
mean,
like
yeah.
I don't
Same
know.
thing with what's the judge from American Idol? The asshole.
It's like Simon. Okay,
There you
yeah,
go. People love that motherfucker.
yeah. And you know what I was just saying today to Tamara, that kind of what you were saying just a minute ago. I feel like a lot of people don't like Trump. Like his supporters like him, but I feel like a majority of the country doesn't like him. Although, like when you look at the actual like policies in terms of international protection for the country versus like Kamala, we'd be safer. But I feel like Kamala is more likable, but may not have the better like policy. But like people would be more comfortable dealing with her for 4 years straight, you know. So then it's like I don't know, who do you go for? What do you go for? Who do you pick? And I don't know. It's that's why I feel like the country and the people are just like fed up. I feel like the people can like sense that we've just like been juggling and like in the circus for so long that like right now like you feel the tension of it all.
I think we're at an interesting point, and I think you brought it up a couple of times about the world stage, Lionel. And I think that we're at an interesting point in world history because I'll say this. In America, we have elections, right? These other countries don't. So these other leaders have actually been in power. Like Netanyahu's been in power for a very long time, right? Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Right. He's been in power for a very long time, right? Putin has been in power for a very long. So these other guys these other people have been in power for a very long time. And they're all getting up there in age. And what they're actually seeing in their countries, it's actually a very human thing that the younger generation looks at what's going on and just says we want something different. That's what young people do across the board, right? So in their country, they're experiencing this stuff and they're trying to hold the status quo, but they're getting older, right? And one of the beauties of America is that we do have these elections. We do have at least although we don't have term limits on the Supreme Court, which is crazy, we do have term limits on presidents. So it is we are gonna overturn it, right?
The Supreme Court is even more powerful.
Which is why it's crazy that like they don't have term limits. Like they're like fuck it until you die. What?
Yeah, we need to. That's what they need to fight about.
Yeah,
I need to get on the bench in the Supreme Court
till you die, right? So it's a So to your point, so let's go down like the road that you went down, Lionel, because it's a lot of that I can agree with. That like Trump coming with the bravado and like leading with strength into and like playing bully ball, so to speak, internationally, that can play well on a certain level, right?
Yeah.
But then on the back end, you got to say, okay, well, he's also the one that is appointing judges federally and to the Supreme Court. And now that has an effect too, right? Because now you get the overturn of Roe v. Wade. You get some of these rogue judges that are out here doing wild stuff on the bench that he's appointed, right? So it's like, damn, yeah. But like that's the way I look at politics. I don't look at it as a one thing disqualifies you. I'm trying to weigh the whole thing out. So like you said, yeah, internationally, I was actually with you on that, right? Like I don't like the whole we just gonna apologize for being who the fuck we are. You know me, I'm an asshole by nature anyway. So I ain't down with the like we gonna no fuck that nigga. This how we coming, right? If y'all on some bullshit, we with it too.
It's like really good. That's like the one thing that I liked about Trump's presidency is I like how he was able to leverage like America's business internationally. That's important to me. That's one of the things I consider politically because that affects our prices and shit and things like that. Also, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say one thing I want to say internationally though, and I think I've been trying to tell this to people for going on. This is 2024. I've been trying to tell people this since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So 14 years I've been trying to get this shit off, and people still don't want to hear me. The difference between America, how we handle stuff, and why the international stuff can be contentious sometimes is because internationally, when we deal with people internationally, we're dealing with religious doctrine. And I think people get that. People, for whatever reason, that don't sink into people. So when you're dealing with these people, you're dealing with people who they're governing. A lot of these other countries are governing based on strictly religious doctrine. This is why, and we listen, the damn stream might go off when I say this, but this is why Israel is so important in all of these conversations, is because religious doctrine, right? It says it's the Holy Land. So the Holy Land has to be like all of this stuff is about prophecy, and it's some it's some other stuff going on like religiously with a lot of these people. Now, some of the people are just power hungry, right? And they just want to just like take up as much as they want to. But a lot of this stuff is religious doctrine. So I just want to introduce that as well. So when you have a partner, so Torian, we were talking about this. If you got a partner, everything's going good. The relationship is good, right? We only vote for president. We only vote for presidents once every 4 years. So maybe it was like, you know, it was in a down year. We ain't voting now. All of a sudden, y'all been together for 2 years, and now the presidential race is starting. You're like, oh, hold on, I didn't know you had those views. Could you still say, okay, we got these big differences, but like, you know, I'm gonna stick beside them?
I think so, honestly.
There you go.
Because I just think it's so hard to really be behind this political shit. Unless, like, this motherfucker just out here, like, going crazy. Like, he was at, when I asked him where he was at on January 6th, and he like, I'm like, oh, hell no, nigga.
Not where you was at January 6th. That's a good question.
No, yeah, like, and he can't answer me. Like, maybe, like, if he that much of an extremist when it comes to politics, but if he just like, oh yeah, I just vote, and I agree with them niggas, and I'm like, okay, well, shit, I don't agree with them niggas, like, you know, so okay, as long as he don't get mad, I'm not gonna get mad, because I'm like, at the end of the day, politics sometimes it don't do shit for us, you know, it really don't. Yeah, it affects us, but like, at the end of the day, like, we still gonna have to be out here because we like the little people out here, like,
that's a fact.
We not the ones, the 1% who can, like, who it might affect, or who it, you know, it doesn't even really fucking matter to them niggas either. Like, you know, like, so I don't think so. Cause I mean, I see a lot of people on like Twitter and shit, they talk about like how they'll lose friends over this shit. And I'm like, I would not. Like, I know some of my friends are going to vote for Trump, and I'm not going to vote for Trump. You know, like, I don't agree with this shit. Like, he did some shit, but like, at the end of the day, he did more damage than harm. And a lot of people be like, well, he was speaking the truth and all this shit. I'm like, to what extent though? You know, like, he did more harm to people, especially like women at that, like how he put those people in the Supreme Court and they overturned that shit. Now they talking about overturning African studies. It's all this other shit that nobody even really thinking about that. It's all because the people he put in place. And they like, well, Biden ain't changed. Well, Biden can't change it because he don't got the upper hand in the Supreme Court. Like, it's all these Republicans. So, I mean, at the end of the day, she's not going to change until we get the people out of here.
Can I tell you the wildest niggas politically to me, Torian? And I hope that you can respect this. The wildest niggas to me politically. Do you know how hard you got to be going for your ideology from what I'm finna say? The wildest niggas to me politically are the gay Republicans. Because the Republicans are very clear, nigga. They are against gay shit. They are against gay marriage. All of that shit. And the niggas that be like gays for Trump, I'll be like, y'all niggas is committed. God damn.
No, them and like the Mexicans and shit for Trump. Like, he is building a wall to keep your people away. Like,
but you know what? You know what I've learned though, Torian? You know what I've learned though? A lot of American Mexicans, them niggas be like, fuck them niggas, bro. They be like,
no,
fuck them niggas over there. They be like, man, we ain't fucking with them.
They're like,
then politics is also just a game. Like, politics is a game too. So I'm not even like, we're not even gonna argue about this big world game that's going on. Like, because I mean, like you said, like, Republicans all about like the Bible. I feel like they're the biggest Bible thumpers. They try to
right.
that's and of course like when those gays be going for that shit, it's like how does that make sense? Because they really hate you through all they shit, or they making laws about this shit. But it's just because like they see that they agree with some of the shit they go with, so they like okay, I'm fully into this party. Whereas like sometimes I might agree with some shit that Republicans be saying, and I might agree with what Democrats be saying or liberals. Like it just. But
Right.
them niggas like we said, like they was in Milwaukee, and
Yeah, they was in Milwaukee.
that
That's right.
they crashed Grindr, which is a gay app, and they said it crashed when that whole Republican convention center was there or whatever that shit was. So it's like, and nobody be like clocking that tea. They will be keep that shit quiet. Like, what do you mean all these Republicans are here and they done crashed this gay app in this city during a period of time that they were there? Like, that's why this shit, I don't be taking this shit serious. So I'm like, I'm not gonna lose no friend over this shit. I'm not gonna lose no partner over this shit. Like, cause this shit, what gorilla say at the end of the day that they gotta end? Like, and like,
what you call him was the wildest nigga of all time. What's his name? Kris Jenner? What's his, not Kris Jenner? What's
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, Caitlyn was the wildest motherfucker of all time. Caitlyn was hardcore Republican and was a full transgender out here. I was like, nigga, they don't fuck with you at all.
Like they said trying to take rights from you and your people. Like,
but that was when I was like, you know what? This motherfucker said, okay, I know they don't fuck with me, but I agree with them on everything else. I was like, that's a motherfucker that's really committed to his political shit. Cause he weighed it out. He was like, okay, they don't want me, they don't want me to get married. They don't want me to use the women's restroom, but everything else, like I'm fucking with them on. Like, I'm fucking with
he was like, or she was like, I'm for the greater good.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're in the LGBTQ and you're Republican, I ain't gonna lie, I respect the shit out of you because I know that you are committed to that shit. You are saying, like you said, Mo, hey, I volunteer as tribute, goddammit. Like, fuck me. I'm with the mission.
Right.
Or they
Naomi,
also
you ain't got your camera on, Naomi. Where you at? I see you, but I don't see you. I don't see you.
They be in that percentage of when shit don't really matter to them. Like,
oh, you talking about like they're in a higher tax. They got some money, so it don't affect them like that.
So like shit don't change. Like they could just get up and get out of fucking the States, if anything. Like shit really hit the fan, or they got fucking bonkers that they can go hide in till shit calm down. And so it don't be affecting like that little high percentage.
So that's why I feel like on a national level, i.e. the presidency, like we really all do need to be on the same page. Like, and it needs to be like fundamental, like foundational shit that matters. Like for me, I would say like, and then the small shit, like I feel like states can handle small things. Cities can handle small things. We can leave that local. But there's federal. We're not going to be going back and forth about no federal shit because at the end of the day, what matters is federal is our income, our internal revenue, and our security, bitch. Because that's what I'm most concerned about. And that's why that's why we pissed off a lot. Seriously, because people they doing too much and get into real semantics and like bullshit. But we talking like our security. We talking Russia and China. We talking North Korea, like, and people is talking about other and it's no disrespect to like anything else because all matters are matters, but like everything else, and like you gotta line shit up by its priority and clock it in its order. There's order to shit, and what's most important is making sure we're secure and that there's no nukes coming over here. Like we don't want that smoke. Y'all talk about civil war. We don't want no nuclear war. We don't want shit coming out of China that's sickening and like that's being created for warfare. It's an illness, COVID-19, created for warfare. Like that's
allegedly. Lionel trying to get his cancer.
Allegedly. No, that's not even alleged. That's what that laboratory in Wuhan was doing. Like that's known. That's just facts. And at the end of the day, that's the kind of stuff that matters. Because then you got Joe Biden. Like that's why I'm looking at you. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Because you're just cutting checks and being friendly and just happy Joe. And the whole time, like
Happy Joe,
you subjected us to World War fucking 3. Like so, that's why I'm like, and I like Naomi said. I was talking to Naomi earlier, and she was like, "No." In the debate when Trump was just like, I could literally call Putin right now and just like end the shit with Ukraine and Russia. Like I could literally just call him and do that. But he's like, elect me and I'll do it. Otherwise, like just.
But that's just like that's also scary, like because that just shows that like that's how he became president, is through that whole Russia shit. And people forget about that. Like Russia had got caught for all these like sites and accounts that they were like sending propaganda to black people and to like all these Americans. And it's just like that's really how Trump became president, is through Putin. Like, and the fact that he like bragging to us in our face, like, yeah, I could just end it by calling Putin. Like that just
Well, I don't
shows
know
me
if that
he
is
had
having a relationship with Putin, because that what that says to me is we're not going to go to war with China, North Korea, or Russia. That's what that says to me. But what's more alarming for me is like Joe Biden is like standing on shit. Like he's standing on business and behind Ukraine, and that makes me feel a kind of a way. Like, because he's like, well, this is our ally, and like, but it's like you willing to go to World War fucking 3 for Ukraine. Like, I hope like it's worth it, because I want no parts of that. That's my whole thing. I'm considering safety, bitch, and then revenue. Like, I want prices to be good. I don't want inflation in the country for the people. I want the people to be able to travel, shop, eat. Like, I want the people here comfortable. Like, I want this to be the greater country for real. So those are my top two. And I do feel like states can handle the shit that's smaller. Like, let a state decide. Let the people of each city and each state vote on their local issues from that point. But some shit we just don't we can't afford to be going back and forth about certain shit at some point, right?
Okay, so I love this comment by Andre. The presidents are just figureheads. They don't run anything. Congress and the 1% do. I love this comment because I've been having this debate for a long time with people, right? Because I didn't hear this particular stance. I in my life never heard this until Obama became president. Once Obama became president, all of a sudden everybody started telling me presidents ain't got no power. They can't do nothing. They just a figurehead, right? Before then, I was told they're the most powerful motherfucker in the world.
This is the commander in chief of the
right,
greatest
right.
army in the world.
Chief. Yeah, they control all this shit. All of a sudden, when Obama came in, it was like, hey, they really ain't got no power like that. But like, I don't know with the and look,
that came from people watching Scandal. Saying that whole shit, like, dude,
look,
I would love some
Andre. I ain't even saying Dre. I ain't even saying I totally disagree. I'm just saying I didn't hear that stance until Obama became president. Now, clearly, there's more. Like the president just ain't out there willy-nilly doing shit, right? There's definitely, we clearly have 3 branches of government for a reason, right?
Right.
The president isn't a king, so we know
Checks and
that.
balances.
Right. So we know that. I learned that from fucking back in the day watching Saturday morning cartoons. But that's just me, right? But I say that to say that like you were talking about term limits and age limits. So here's why I say Lionel, why I keep saying things are going to become interesting with whatever happens with Trump, whether he wins 4 more years and we go through those 4 years, or he doesn't win this time. And I think if he doesn't win now, I think he's going to be like 83, 80, something like that so he ain't gonna run again. So I think it's going to be interesting post-Trump. And I say that because to your point you making, Lionel, you're not saying the Republicans have people's ear. You're saying Trump. And so that's what I keep trying to tell people. I think Trump is charismatic. I think Trump might or might not have connections, right or wrong, however you feel about him. But it's Trump. I don't think the Republicans have anybody else. And I'm not saying the Dems do either. But I'm just saying in general, that's what I'm saying. Like post-Trump, I'm not sure what either party does because I don't see anybody out there that's a charismatic figure that's going to captivate the country. Maybe that person will come in the next 4 years. Pause. That's going to captivate the country, number one. And number two, that we like the reason. Let me get Naomi in here. Naomi, I don't know what's going on with your camera. I don't know, sis. I was waiting for your camera to up. Can you hear us, Naomi? God damn. I just see a black screen.
She's probably doing something. Okay,
well, let me get her up out of here then. Get her the fuck up out of here. There you go. Back to my rant. So I'm just simply saying that, like, I want to, like, Trump is a kind of almost I don't want to, it's going to sound offensive, but it's not. But it's almost a cult of personality thing. Like I think his personality, Dream said something that I totally disagree with. No disrespect to Dream, and this ain't even confrontational. I just disagree. Dream said, it's business, and he knows business. I hate to admit it. See, I would disagree with that, Dream, because I'm old enough to know that man has went bankrupt 6 times. To me, I don't think you're a good businessman if you keep going bankrupt. Now, people say, "Oh, well, he's smart. He filing bank." Okay, that has nothing to do with being a good businessman.
But no,
that
bankruptcy is filed in the name of saving the business.
I know. Watch this, Lionel. You know who hasn't filed bankruptcy? Bill Gates. He ain't filing bankruptcy
because he owns Microsoft.
Yeah, he got a good company. That's my point. He has a good business. He has a good business, Lionel.
But so that's. I don't know. That's
like if your business is good, there's no need to file bankruptcy. If your business is good, there's no need to file bankruptcy.
I don't know. I agree with that. Because people file bankruptcy because they be scheming. They be scandalous.
Even worse, sir. That's not.
So now you're saying the niggas dishonest. Now you saying he's
yes, honest. He's a felon. He's a felon.
You think any president is honest? If you think any president's been honest, I'm gonna need you to take a nap.
No, we're talking business. I want to talk business right now. I'm not talking president. I'm talking this straight business.
Yes, and let's talk business. So let's go to 2016 to 2020 when Trump was the president. One thing I appreciated about him was clock the fuck out of China. First of all, why are all of our shit made in China? We have extremely capable Americans here. We have a unemployment force that we can drop the percentage to. Let's get our businesses here. I love that. That was one of his.
Okay, what business did he get back here though? What business came back?
4 years. We're talking about 4 years.
He only gonna get 8 max though, Lionel.
Where's my money? Because Nelnet. I don't know if y'all know who Nelnet is. But they want their bag. That's some student loan hoes. And they knocking at my door all the time.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Lionel, you're a little low. You gotta come close. You're a little low.
That's like so. I don't know if y'all know who Nelnet is, but that's who who is knocking at my door half the time about student loans and like my payments. So that's like saying, Joe Biden, what the fuck? Why is Nelnet still reaching out to me? It's been 4 years since you've said student loans are gonna be forgiven. Like, why are they talking about student loans? Like, obviously, no bitch is gonna accomplish no grand scheme shit in 4 years. That's just not realistic. When there's like a branch of the government that's actually like opposite of what you feel and think. Like, it's like a never-ending thing, like a dance that's like incohesive. Like, you bitches both got
politics, but that's politics though. That's politics. That's somebody who's playing. Now you can disagree with somebody playing politics, but that's technically, I would say that's just playing politics.
That's why I don't give a fuck. If we're gonna play politics, let's get a little dirty. We're gonna scheme over here, we're gonna scam over there, and we're gonna do a little fraud, and we're gonna get this money in our
we're gonna scam and do some fraud. There you go. Let's
get this money, and we're gonna
at what cost?
And we're gonna extort other countries, and we're gonna make sure our country
at what cost? Lionel,
there is no cost.
All the black people rights is gonna be gone just for like us to be rich.
Black people's rights,
country to be rich. He.
There go my sis. There go my sis.
People can't learn about.
What up, sis?
Hey, y'all.
All these people are Republicans who are putting these African American studies.
Well, I never grew up taking African studies in Texas. I took African studies when I went to college, and I decided to say I'm going to take these classes as an elective.
So, well, now they don't even want HBCU. They don't even want an HBCU.
Yeah, I didn't. But it's not like that's a given. That's not like something that's like, we're losing this. Like, no, like that's not like, and then if people arguing quote unquote Black history, it's like we said, Martin Luther King, and it's like Rosa Parks. Like when Black history is like so damn deep, you know. So I mean, like you can argue that if you want, but like there's greater things at stake here than like a Black history. Bitch, teach your kids Black history. It's okay. There's a Black history in Washington. Like there's endless documentaries, videos. There's grandmas talking. Like go talk to your granny. Like,
of course, Black people can do it, but it's others who don't have that privilege of learning. That's who is taking these classes and learning about this history.
But that's not true, because in my African American study class, who do I have in there? Black people.
So I had a lot of people. I had Indian people and the Chinese people in my shit. Like it was very diverse.
Yeah, when I took African American studies, it was like 3 Black people in there.
Yeah.
Now, I
But
don't know
y'all
if
went to
niggas
white
could have just been getting
schools.
niggas could have just been getting credits. Niggas could have just been getting
No, I
credits. I
had a
don't know what they was in there
completely
for.
black class, like with niggas too. At that, like it was extremely black. We had some ex-black, well, not ex. They just the Black Panther Party doesn't exist, but we had Black Panthers come in and speak. It was real fucking cool. But I mean, like that's just like
And that
that.
was
We're
still
not gonna
new
get
once
into.
we
We're
was
not
in
talking about
school.
African
That shit
American
is
studies in
new.
politics. Who wants to talk about African American studies in politics? Like there are humongous things at stake.
Well,
I
that's
do feel
just
like
one
abortion
case.
is
It's
huge. I feel like abortion is huge, but I do feel like that could potentially be like local or like
Again, my
elsewhere.
only issue is Lionel, and again, I'm not even necessarily disagreeing with your stance. My only thing, or my I don't want to say my I don't know the right words. I've been drinking brown,
No, you're
but
saying it. Listen
my
to
main thing is that like when I hear people, when I hear the right and the left, right? First of all, you know I've been banging, but anyway, when I hear the differences, I step back and I say, okay, well, no one's ever saying the Republican agenda is this, and we're rocking with that. People say Trump, and the only reason I pique my interest, it piques my interest, and I get hesitant is because I know at most he has 4 more years, and there is nobody, even his vice president JD Vance. God damn, that's a boring, dull motherfucker that ain't nobody gonna want to listen to and ain't gonna captivate nobody. And if y'all don't think, right, that being the president, you don't have to captivate the country, I promise you, you do. You have to be able to like get the people's attention. Ronald Reagan was an actor, right? Obama, as I said a minute ago, was likable and charismatic. Bill Clinton, likable and charismatic. Like if you go back and look at the president, like I told you, I think Trump is likable and charismatic.
and I think he's a leader. I feel like it takes a leader. And that's it. I feel like Kamala, I do respect Kamala. I feel like she has like qualities and traits that are like not fuck wittable. Like I can sense some bitch don't play with me in her. And I like that. And I do like that. So because
we
that's
are
what it
not
takes.
going back.
You know, that's what it takes. But at the same time, most of her policies though, I don't like and agree with.
I don't want black women to like, and I know she ain't black. Okay, fine. This, let me say this: Greeks. I don't know whoever the fuck it is out there. I don't want nobody to get mad at me. As I keep saying, likable, likable, likable. I don't know if Kamala Harris is likable. I'm just gonna be real because I don't like.
Twitter says otherwise. She going viral. I said Twitter says, and TikTok says otherwise because she just going viral. Well, not even her, just people like adding her into like songs from like when she talk about the coconut tree.
It's generational.
I think what she needs to do over the next 2-3 months is just become like. Right now, to me, if I had to make a decision on likable, not likable, I would say not likable. Right? I don't think she's likable right now.
I feel like she's like she portrays to be like she is such a bird because she be the one that we going to the black thing. Okay, I'm gonna wear my what is that? My Kofi.
Okay, so they shout the Dream. If she's doing that, then maybe it'll work. Dream says she's been making her rounds with the influencers, reality TV. I think it's okay. Well, that's what she got to do. But she got to be likable though on there.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think she's very likable.
Versus how much of it is like anti-Trumpness.
But I think but like, okay, let me say this. And
no,
Naomi, I want you
there
to jump
is
in
a
as
lot
well.
of anti-Trumpness, and you can't undercount that because there is one thing like, and you know they were talking about the Civil War, but I'm like the Civil War really finna be between the white folks because like I remember when Trump first got elected. That's when I realized there were like 2 different kinds of white people, and like more so than just it being like the elites versus like the white trash, right? It wasn't just like that. It was like, you know, not to be all controversial. Like I swear, like
well, you already said white trash.
Some of them ain't from this planet, this realm, and so I feel like it's white people imposters that they really been going up against. So I feel like it's 2 different sects of white people. So when that Civil War shit pop out, I feel like it's really gonna be between them. No, and so like what Stan says, like I think it would just be because Kamala's a woman, and too many men still hate women,
especially in the world.
You said men hate women? Jesus Christ!
Well, like in the world,
you don't know.
They don't respect women.
No,
I
like you just said, you don't even believe women and men can be friends.
Respect women. They women can't even smile or show their hair. Then how they gonna feel about our
Fuck
president?
you, Naomi.
I'm like, nigga,
No.
you don't respect women. That's why you're
I
voting for Trump.
do. I think she can be president. I don't think that
Bruh,
she can.
will you
I don't
vote
think
for
she can
her?
be.
I
Huh?
think she can. I think she will be. Honestly, I
I don't
think a
think.
lot
I
of
don't
people.
think she's gonna win, but I
think a
think
lot
that
of
she
people
I
could
hate
definitely
be
don't see her
Trump.
president.
beating
A
Trump.
lot of people
I
hate
don't see her
Trump,
beating Trump.
and I just think that little bit who are still
Also,
like
this is
anti-Trump might change it, and the fact I feel like the states need a big shaking up, and I feel like Kamala being us getting a woman president will really shake up shit because it's already a little imbalanced. So it's like
No, I'm about to say because women will be the ones to bring some shit into balance. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Hey, but
especially as time keep going on, like, I don't know, men leading the way is just like the deaf leading the blind. Or the blind leading the deaf. Like, it's not really gonna get nowhere where it's
well, that's
still
good.
just
You
like
can hear. I can see.
where it's just like,
Together.
let's just
Trump's
fight
so wild
over
though.
it.
Did y'all see Trump's tweet the other? I think it was on Truth Social. It wasn't on Twitter. This nigga's so wild. He a funny. That's why I say I think he's likable to a lot of people who like the sarcasm and the bullshit. I like that. And it's funny to me. That nigga said, and I think people say he did it on accident. I think he did it on purpose. He put up something to the effect of Kamala Harris already has bad poll numbers. But he spelled poll P-O-L-E, right? Which is hilarious, right? He was like,
I'm like,
But that's
why?
what they've
She
been
used
saying,
to
that
be
she
a
was
stripper and nobody
They
came to
just
see
said
her.
that she was a hoe. That once
he's
upon a
like,
time
she got
was a
bad
hoe.
poll numbers. You know what's crazy though? Since we here, I know some dudes who are saying, hey man, she's disqualified from being president because allegedly maybe she used to fuck a lot of niggas when she was in college. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what the people are saying. That once upon a
But
time.
hold on, that's wild though. That's
But
wild.
obviously,
why does that
like,
even
but at the
matter?
same time, and
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's people are gonna talk about you as a like when you're running. That's like all of anybody's shit comes up. Like I remember Obama, they were like pulling up his birth certificate, like when he was like running or like
Trump was doing that.
Right,
with
that
Trump,
was
they were
Trump shit.
with
That
Trump,
was
they were
Trump
bringing
shit.
Stormy to the stage. They were interviewing his porn star like mistress. Like you're gonna get clouds. Like that's fame. Period. Like because people are in your business now.
Yeah, but I don't think.
But that's not a good reason.
But I think the difference is though. Go ahead, Mo. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I just want to say, if there's ever, if it comes to the point where there's a woman president, I would rather have a woman president that has been through her whole phase already. Like,
we're gonna have a woman.
I respect
president.
that. She's
She
all
has
there.
the clarity from
Right.
being on
She's
the
all
other
there.
side.
Like, I respect that. I'm voting. Period.
These damn, these other world leaders can't try to seduce her and shit. She already been through good.
She like, look, I ain't with that weak shit. Look, I done already had enough. Period. I respect that.
That's funny. And people forget too though that like I know Lionel mentioned earlier like about a woman leader being on the world stage, how that would play with other world leaders. Well, you got to remember under Obama, Hillary was the Secretary of State. And she was the one who technically was the Secretary of State is the one who technically goes out and does a lot of those meetings with those world leaders.
It's different for her because she has a different leverage being a Clinton.
I agree. No, I agree.
Already world stage royalty. Like it's just true. Like it's just true. Like her name already carry weight. I was talking to Tamir about that earlier. I was just like, and it's different with not that I would vote for Kamala over Hillary Clinton clearly, but it's just like. Her name carries weight though, so on a world stage, like Clinton would be able to move a little bit easier. Not to mention this bitch is white, so like clearly they.
But I
feel like it's gonna be a different.
I don't know, Lionel.
I feel like it would be a different treatment than what we've seen from like all presidents, because most presidents are respected. Besides, like I feel like Trump was the first time I've seen. I did see some disrespect on the world stage with Obama too. Like Obama and Trump.
Everybody got disrespected. George
W.
W. Bush got
two
disrespected.
like presidents on the world stage that I've seen that with. Typically,
balloons.
Right? Yeah, that part. Typically, American presidents are respected greatly, like gravely.
Hey, she said she was a baddie, and that's okay.
I don't know. I feel like we could have a woman president. I feel like we definitely will. If not,
Yeah, we can for
Kamala,
sure. I don't know if it's
like,
her. She got to prove
definitely
herself.
50, definitely like maybe after we had like 50 presidents, I feel like we'll get a woman. But
And I feel like we also have the new generation coming in because remember 4 years ago, it's like a new age group
Now they
coming.
can vote.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I don't know.
well, they
No
should
And
have
facts, and
hopefully
then
changed.
they're
you
not just
also got to
voting
think
by
about
sex. Like, oh,
like,
it's a woman.
you know, not only is Kamala kind of coming like on the black thing, but she's also half Indian. And, you know, these
Facts.
Indians are the highest earners in the America. Like, so don't sleep on how they may be coming in right in behind her as well. Like, she
Yeah.
could get the Asian Americans up.
And that's what I was gonna say, Lionel, about her playing maybe a little bit better than you think on the world stage.
No
It's
facts.
like she go out there and she got a lot of hats. She putting on this Jamaican hat, this Asian hat, this Indian hat, and they like, okay, we got, because
Period.
you know what I'm saying? Like it could.
That's. I mean, it's like that sounds good, and I would love that. But the reality is, like, from what I've seen, most
Right,
countries
right,
and
right.
most people, most men outside, because it sucks. I hate that that's the reality. I respect women to my core, but women just aren't respected on the grand stage, and that's like down to their fucking wife and their mom.
But maybe this
You
is
talking
how
about their
things
mom and their
change.
wives and their grandmas. Like,
Maybe this is how things
like they don't give a
change.
fuck. They're like, bitch, put that shit on your head, wrap that shit up, bitch.
Okay, and then she could come with the same threats that Trump want to come with. Like, okay, well, if that's how you're feeling towards women,
But the thing is,
you're cut off from the
these
shit.
world leaders know him. She doesn't have no way. Nobody knows Kamala Harris across the world.
Okay, but if she becomes president, then she will be known off top. If she's just gonna be the United States of.
But Naomi, just because you
the
know
president
of,
of the
like,
United States,
know of like who some people are, but that doesn't mean that you have a relationship with them. It's gonna be
no,
different.
and you build a relationship. Like you're acting like it will just be dead in
Naomi,
the water.
that's so much easier said
And
than
of
done.
course,
That's
no, it
so
could
much.
be
They will not look
easier.
you in your eye. They will
It
not.
could be
They will not
easier.
talk to you. They want to address you.
No, and it's like, so if you're not addressing the president of the United States, how are you coming? So it's
Right.
just like, okay, so we're gonna shut down. Like, oh, maybe we're gonna send all your immigrants back to your country.
But
like
she's a
now
Democrat.
they're not gonna be
Let's see
making
if
that
she
money
moves
in the
like that.
U.S.
Let's
and
see if
sending
she
it back
operates like
home.
that, 'cause she's a
Maybe we're
Democrat.
gonna cut off the things.
Democrats don't think that way.
You don't know how she could come in and be doing
Democrats
that.
be doing some dirty
I
shit
know that she
too.
was right behind Biden, supporting everything he's doing for Ukraine and not.
I mean, she really? I mean, she was hella silent.
Enemy, but then they talk cute to
Right, she was
people want to be
silent.
talked soft to. People want to feel good. Like they talk cute to y'all. They talk cute to y'all face, but then they laying in bed and doing shit that y'all would never want to fucking be a part of. But they just make you feel good though. Like you gonna see her, you gonna know she's an AKA. She gonna swing her hair, and you gonna see her at the kickback, and like, oh, she's at the backyard thing. What do y'all be saying? She's at the function. She's invited to the function. The whole time, this is proper fucking Ganda, and she's literally laying in the same fucking bed, and ultimately being controlled by somebody bigger than her because she's a black woman. Let's be.
Let me ask, hold on, stop right, hold on, real quick, Lionel. So you don't think Trump is controlled by anybody?
Mm-hmm. I do think that people try to control Trump, but I feel like he's hard to control. And I think that's why like people hate him. It gives me like Ye vibes. It reminds me of like Ye in the industry.
That's like
again,
Gemini
like
shit.
politics.
So again, Lionel, what we're going back to is Trump. See, that's my thing. I said a month ago, I would just put Trump back in office. Let's get these 4 years out the way because I'm interested to see what happens in 2028. Because I don't think anybody's prepared for 2028. There is no candidate out there that I see that's charismatic on either side right now. Like, think about it. If we take Kamala and Trump away right now, today, who the fuck is out there that y'all would say, man, I would vote for that person? Like, it's
I'm like, I honestly believe that we don't even need to be having elections right now. Like, that's what's tea. And so, like, yeah, by 2028, it probably ain't gonna be no shit like that because we're gonna be in a whole new world, baby. Like, who knows? Trump may run this shit into the ground, or like shit make it. Or honestly, I don't believe, especially with the shifts that are taking place. I don't believe that it honestly matters who ends up in the fucking White House because it is written. It is written for the things that are occurring right now, and America's gonna fall regardless. Like, so it don't matter who's in the driving seat. Like, bitch, this bitch is out of gas.
Oh, well, hold on, Naomi. Hold on. I know you was going there. do we want a person of color in the seat if it's gonna fall apart? Let's let a white person be in the seat if shit gonna fall apart. I don't want it to fall apart on my watch.
I mean, whoever wants to sign up and be in the politics, like they know what they're signing up for. They know what they're signing up for. If somebody wants to be president, they know they got to be willing to die about this country. Same way anybody is signing up to serve this country in that way.
I mean, but okay. So I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
And when has having a person of color in the driving seat really done anything for Black people? So you can look at like what is going to happen as a citizen, what's going to happen as you like as an American citizen. But honestly, it doesn't matter who's in the White House when it comes to like us like not even being considered under the Constitution. You know, like where it's like we're 14th Amendment.
No disagreement for me.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not a matter of like politics and law. We're talking about the commander in chief. We're talking about the security of this country.
So
we're talking about
I think what Lionel is saying, and I respect what Lionel. So I would consider Lionel a single, like I said, I think most people vote on a single policy, and I think Lionel's single policy is he wants to make sure on a world stage we're protected
for the president. Because I can talk to my governor. You can get into some other shit. Like, rest in peace, Sheila Jackson. Like, rest in peace. But like, we can get into local shit here. Like, I'm not going to be talking to the president about local shit because he's operating on a world stage. Like, we need our president concerned with being the commander in chief and making sure that he's running military.
So I respect that, though. No, I respect that. But like you're like. So Lionel is saying the most important, and again, if I'm wrong, just jump in. But Lionel is saying the most important thing to me is that like on the world stage, we got respect and we're protected, right? Because like, listen, Lionel got a family, I got a family, right? Everybody got families. I can't do nothing on a world stage. It's somebody that like they say it's above me now. Somebody above me has to like I can protect my family on a local level, but somebody else got to protect us on the world stage. And like, who am I comfortable with? I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, we're being represented for sure. Like, for sure.
Now, what I would say is, right, and this goes back to what Andre said in the chat probably about 20 minutes ago. Look, man, I think that we're living in a time right now, if and when, to Naomi's point, shit does go down, I think it's real bad for everybody. So I mean, listen, whoever the person is that like pushes the button first and gets shit popping, once shit gets popping, listen, we spend a whole lot of money on military and defense over here. So once shit gets popping, it's gonna get popping. I mean, it is what it is. Like it's a reason we got this shit over here. Like we got this military kitty over here, right? In case shit gets popping. So I don't think we really scared of nobody like that, right? But like it's gonna also fuck up the what war does is fucks up the money.
The world. It would be so bad if we got
does it fuck up the money because it actually pulls in a lot.
It makes money, but it fucks up money too. Like, yes, there's a segment of war that generates money, but what y'all are talking about, Russia, China, that's gonna fuck up the money. Ukraine and Russia.
It already has, right? It already is because we've cut.
Yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no because, like, when you say it already has, what do you mean? So I don't want to cut you off.
Niggas, they're broke.
Cut over $100 billion after the pandemic, where we've had stimulus checks issued.
That was because of the pandemic. Because of the pandemic.
Listen to me, because we're investing over $100 billion into Ukraine. After a pandemic, after stimulus.
Yeah, but we print money though, Lionel. We not hurting for money
right now. And let me tell you this, because I work in the insurance industry and I work with like truckers a lot.
I do too, nigga.
And so let me tell you, the industry's changing so much thanks to COVID, and truckers are getting out of that shit because it's just becoming unaffordable. Like, bitches can't keep up with the prices. It's so high. So why? Because inflation after COVID. What does that mean for us? If truckers are leaving the industry, bitch, that's all of our products being delivered and moved. That's totally going to trickle down and affect us. And these sort of things are happening in all industries. I literally write policy every day because, first of all, insurance companies are getting rid of their commercial programs altogether. Most companies are getting rid of their commercial program. Y'all gotta come to us now. We really that. Like our company's been that, but like now we're really, you gotta come to us. And truckers are leaving industry. But that's happening on all industry. It's not just where one thing exists here, it exists there. So the inflation it's got people fucked up. We're still recovering from COVID. To be investing $100 billion into Ukraine's war with Russia, who we're still really in a silent war with, is fucking insane. And it's like war, inflation, market.
So do you think that the US can run out of money? Is that what you think?
Well, it's not about running out of money. Shit's high as fuck for us right now. Like shit that costs me like
but Lionel, but here's what I'm gonna tell you though. Everything is gonna go up. Prices will never go down. It's always gonna go up.
But what I'm concerned with is at what rate? And the
it's
rate
going up, but people paychecks ain't changed. Like so, the paychecks been 2020 paychecks.
Right? No,
I got you, but you know why your pay? I got an answer for all of that though. Your paychecks aren't changing because people.
3 years is completely historic, and aside from being historic, also wages being low in terms of the inflation is historic.
Okay,
and
but let's
in a war after a pandemic.
When you say historic, but okay, let me put it in some perspective because I don't know what you mean when you say historic. So let me just go back. So inflation was lower under Obama than it was under Trump. It got higher. Obviously, we had a pandemic. It was a global pandemic. I think that's a pretty big deal, right? So under Biden, I think the highest inflation got was 9%. I think in 2022 is at around 9%. Currently, it's at about 3%. Right now, so it's down from where it was at its height in 2022.
And what's the cost of living?
What do you mean? What's the cost of living?
What has been the increase on the cost of living? Because
that always goes. That's my thing. It always goes up though.
I email HR and I say, hey, here's the standard cost of living in America as of bitch today, and I'm gonna need my shit to reflect that because this shit's getting out of fucking hand. And that's the problem. And people are losing their homes and people are losing their lives because they can't maintain life.
Who?
People, think that
so many people have lost their houses. So many people are losing their homes and livelihood. We're talking livelihood here. Bitches can't keep up. Bitches ain't feeding their kids every damn day. Like that's what I'm talking about. And it's
what I'm saying is, hold on. But I think
invest into war after that is criminal. That shit is criminal.
No, and if it's the fact just of like you can't even people can't even afford to buy the same groceries they were buying 4 years ago. Like, because that's one thing I'll say, like
you never can. That's my point.
Yes,
no, what are you saying though? Because the price of sugar,
here's what I'm saying.
Price for a 4-pound of sugar at HEB has been about $2.20 for as long as I've known that shit. Right?
No,
like so as long as I've been buying sugar, so let's say 18-year-old, maybe not in the 1950s when you were born, Roy, but let's talk about since I've been 18 years old. So for at least the last 10 years, I can go to HEB and get a 4-pound bag of sugar for $2, right? Now the sugar at HEB is $3.68. Right, for that same 4-pound of sugar, or even when it's coming to so people can't afford groceries in the same way they used to, like, and that's the basic necessity. We're not talking about the people going in debt to still trying to go on trips, let alone the people that can't even go on trips or travel or do the things that where normally you were able to do as a person, as a citizen of America.
What's happening?
Naomi, this nigga Lionel go on vacation every other week. I don't know what y'all are talking about right now.
Lionel went on his first vacation, but that wasn't just because of money, but still.
But okay, here's what I'm telling you though. I just told y'all, and these are facts.
Credit card debt is the highest that it's ever been.
Okay, speak on it. Credit, but here's what I'm gonna tell y'all.
And that's the American way, though, right? To charge everything.
Yes,
like
that's
so.
my point.
Niggas
Like,
are living
everybody
beyond
is
their
charging
means.
credit card.
Niggas are living beyond their means. People are making over $100,000 and still living paycheck to paycheck. They're still like,
who does that have to do with anybody though? What did it have to do with?
It has to do with the economy.
It has to do with the life of the American citizens. What do you mean? What does it have to do with anybody?
No. What I'm saying is, what does that have to do with the president? Because y'all want to push it on credit cards.
This bitch is still, despite everything we just talked about.
So let me ask y'all a question. So hold on. If Trump gets back in office, is everybody credit card debt gonna go away?
I don't know. We gonna see what this bitch do with
no, it's not.
I don't know.
Don't steer from the point.
He said, I don't know.
Listen, because how do I know, bitch? Do you think I'm psychic? Do you think I'm a
no?
Yes,
I want to know the plan because y'all told me the problem.
Do with his budget?
Y'all told me the problem.
We're saying the problems, and if the president is supposed to be
who's gonna
the spearhead,
who's gonna solve your credit card debt?
I'm talking to what happened. I'm not hypothetical. This ain't Life Jennings. Ain't no hypothetical. Of course, tonight.
Are you gonna get some mythical money that's gonna help you solve your credit card debt?
Too many checks for bitches that's fighting our enemies, and that's crazy. Because not only is it setting us up to potentially have to throw hands, bitch. Now we gotta get out there. But not only do we get out there now, but now, bitch, our money 300 billion. Now we're 140 billion in.
I agree with you on that, Lionel. But what I'm saying is,
after a pandemic.
Listen, I'm with you. We together on that. What I'm saying though is that like,
or my spirit is gonna rebuke.
No, I'm with you. Where me and you part ways though, Lionel, is that I don't like that money. If they didn't give it to them, they weren't gonna give it to us. That's my
and that be the
it's
problem.
Not about give it to us. Keep it here.
That's the problem.
Keep it where? It wasn't gonna go anywhere.
Country. But it
can go into programs. They're slashing Medicaid. They're slashing Medicare. Like they're cutting food stamps for people.
Hold on, who wants to
regularly? Huh?
Speak on it.
What?
What's the term for like our country?
You said
what's
who
the
is
term
doing
for our
the
country's
slashing?
like income?
Yes,
the federal government that is not allowing
our revenue,
the spending, that are not allowing the spending to go there, and they would rather send it to Ukraine.
Based on
there's lots of programs that money can go through to help the American people, but it is not going to the American people. And so my thing that I always
what money did Trump send to the American people? Don't tell me stimulus checks, because
I'm not capping for Trump. So I'm just saying this is the flaw in the system, period.
Okay,
that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter. It does not matter who is going to go in office, because it always comes down to like, if they really wanted to show Americans that they really gave, they could do this one thing. I always think like, bitch, give us universal health care. Like, give us health care. Allow us to be able to go to the doctor and like get what the fuck we need. Allow us to go to the dentist and get the shit that we need. Allow people to be able to get eye exams and glasses and be able to have contacts and shit, right? But that's not going to happen because the presidents, the congressmen, the senators, all the representatives, they're in bed with these corporations, these pharmaceutical corporations, where they're lobbying for them to be like, yeah, don't do this for the people, because that will hurt our bottom line. Like, don't give this to the people, like, because we're trying to line our pockets, and we'll line your pockets too, but let's just look at American people. And so, but it was one thing I will say that I know that Trump did say on his debate, that I was like, and this may maybe be like the trickle down economics like that Reagan was flying on too, when it comes to like when it comes to Trump wanting to cut the taxes that the riches are paying. But like, I work for a huge corporation, right, that's bringing in like billions of dollars, like, and if there are tax cuts that are able to,
but that didn't work in the 80s though, Naomi.
No, but that's why I said no. So that's exactly why I said it's reminiscent of trickle down economics. But I don't know.
When Reagan said that in the 80s, nobody got that trickle down. Nobody.
He was also an actor. He wasn't a businessman.
He wasn't what?
He was also not a businessman.
Trump's not a business. He went bankrupt. I keep
Bankrupt does not equate to
businessman. He going
Yes,
bankrupt.
that dude. I don't know how you don't equate that to that.
because people go bankrupt.
No, people literally go bankrupt on purpose. They're like, it's not seeing going how I would like it to
you know who
Like, let me
don't go
just cut
bankrupt on
ties.
purpose is people who are good in business. If
That's
your
not
business is
true.
doing good, you don't go bankrupt.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
I can't say like, yo, that nigga good at what he do. No, he gets
So
to a
that's a
point
part of
and he
it. That's
says,
why
let me hit let me bail out.
More passive MU coaching. Sometimes you're not always on the offense, and that's in the name of the business. Sometimes, especially if you got hella businesses, bitch. Have you ever owned and ran a resort?
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is, tell me what successful business he had. Go.
No,
The
I
Trump
was just gonna
Hotel.
say that too.
The Trump Hotel.
No, he don't run that. He's never run that. That he just has his name on it. The
Well,
best
that's
thing,
business.
and I
If you
think
got
about
if my
Trump.
name is on it, bitch, I'm
Clock
gonna
The
it
best
down,
thing
Lionel.
Trump.
if my name is on it, bitch, I'm gonna check for it.
No, he don't run it. Trump,
That's like
listen,
president.
Lionel, what he did, and I say this. This is why I fuck with Trump.
Something and not getting a check. And what happens when you get a check, bitch? You're
He
conducting.
did a licensing deal. It was the smartest shit ever.
And so that's
He-
business. Hello.
I agree. Listen,
One
I'm not
good deal,
listen.
don't mean he a good
But
businessman.
Lionel,
Trump has been around
Lionel,
since the 80s and been
listen.
respected, bitch. Everybody want a picture, bitch.
You're not listening.
Everybody
He don't want to
stand
listen.
up, everybody
He
wanna
not. He don't want to
party,
The
listen.
Trump name,
press,
the word
press out,
Trump
press
is a
that.
brand.
Don't be led by your emotions. Let us go to a place that's better than where Kamala can take us. I'm supporting Trump. This is my official.
Yeah,
campaign.
Tierra, I'm with you, Tierra, but that's not the point is not you go bankrupt to something. No. We're saying that at Euro 6, again, I don't know what y'all call. Maybe my definition of a successful business person is different then, right? Because if you're saying
because success isn't measured by a linear thing. It's like owning a business, bitch, being alive, bitch, having a child, bitch, taking a breath every day, bitch, is a process in the journey. Shit ain't cute every second. So yes, success is not measured by no linear shit.
He doesn't own those golf courses, Stanley. It's his name.
When I grew up, Donald Trump.
Okay, but you think he's not making money off his name?
Be around him.
Yes, I give him credit. The best thing Trump did was to recognize that his name was a brand, and so he licensed his name.
That's literally the American dream, to get the money without even having to do all the work.
But that doesn't. But look, but y'all are talking about him going bankrupt. Going bankrupt is dope. Like no, like it's a way to get out of the.
No, we're just saying that does not.
Watch this. Okay, let me watch this. Is MC Hammer a good businessman? He went bankrupt. Is he a good businessman?
Hammer.
He never recouped. Did he
of
ever
course, he's not,
recoup?
because the niggas
Did
broke.
he
That's
ever
why you don't
recoup?
know.
He waited too late. He waited too late.
He waited too late. Now he waited too late. See, you see how weird this get? Now he waited late.
No, we're talking about MC Hammer and the 45th president. That's crazy.
He said who? Listen.
Yeah,
he said Bill Gates. I'm talking about people. Listen, just like Trump said, he likes his war heroes who didn't get captured. I like my businessmen who don't go bankrupt. I ain't never heard about Warren Buffett having like 27 bankruptcies. I just know this nigga do good business. He do good stocks. That's what I know. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know nothing about none of these niggas.
I don't know nothing about me either.
Hilarious.
I'm like, sound like a bunch of colonizers to me that need to get off the land.
Bitch, that's why I said,
I'm like,
bitch,
y'all should just.
how long until I'm 35? For real. Clearly, I need to save this bitch.
No,
that's the point. Listen, I'm not saying that he didn't have good lawyers in place to say, yo, we gotta pull the parachute. Let's file bankruptcy. That's what it. Listen, first of all, let's back up. Any good business person does a few things. One, any good business person does their best accounting to avoid paying any taxes. So that's what any smart. What the hell is going on with Torian's computer? Let's get him out of here. This nigga's computer is wild. Yeah, this nigga keep going up and down. So yes, any good business person or a good accountant is gonna say, we gotta write all this shit off. We're gonna avoid paying all taxes at all costs. That's just having a good accounting and a good business. Yes, I agree with that, right? I'm just simply saying, we're not putting you back on, Torian. You got to show me, Torian, that your camera can stay steady for the next 2 minutes. Fuck you. Stay in the back, Torian. Shit. And again, to Lionel's point, I think having like the international connections through him doing business, I do think that's a benefit. Again, I'm not even disagreeing on a national level. Me and Lionel actually are on lockstep nationally right? Because I think that like the motherfuckers that matter nationally, either they fuck with Trump on a certain level, or maybe he got some kind of rapport with him, right? Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. But just to get back, I don't know how we just got straight to politics. The topic, goddamn, is
No, I'm like, and Roy is, whoa, you're furious.
no, because y'all know me though. My start in radio was working at a Republican radio, a Republican talk radio station. That was my start. I started there. That's how I started in radio. For 7 years.
That's why you so fucked up like that. It's making sense. The pieces are adding up.
I'm just saying, like, that's how I started. I started in Republican radio. I did that for 7 years. Republican news talk radio with all the bigwigs, with the Rush Limbaugh.
So, Roy, were you always a Republican? How long have you been a coon?
I'm not a Republican now. I consider myself a progressive. I consider myself a progressive at this point.
I know. I started my.
I consider myself a divine
with
being.
I was fucking with Bernie. You did? I'm just saying that.
And I'm from a tribe called Checkahoe.
But like what I'm going to now is I just want to see what's next. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you want to see what?
I want to see what's. Goddamn, my camera finna fall. My shit all fucking up. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. There we go. It might fall. Shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Well, I know what's next. I feel like a lot of people have kind of like they'll put the fear and things out about like how they feel about 2025. And I know or like Project 2025 or whatever. And want to talk about, their little manifesto and their ideas. And I realized that, it's so important for me to make like my Project 2025, like what I want my vision for America to be. Because at the end of the day, I'm a melanated goddess who knows who she is. And like, also I be working with the land. So like my word holds more weight, honestly, than
and this is our country.
Like, no, in fact, so it's like my voice holds more weight on this shit. And so at the end of the day, like I'm on the side, I say all the time, like I'm on the side of the cosmos. I'm on the side of the sun. These motherfuckers arguing for Trump. They can't even stand in the sun, bitch, for an hour without starting to get fried up like some bacon. So it's just like, hey, y'all go ahead. Like so that's why I say I literally feel like the Civil War is going to end up between the whites, and all that's going to do is just like make it easier for the Aboriginal people of this land to like step into their rightful place, because everything's just out of whack because we haven't been caretaking for the planet as we're supposed to do. And it's time for that. And so like niggas really gotta like, but niggas wanted to be like talking about like Sonya Massey, and it's just like, okay, but this is like still the same system that's going to perpetrate. Like, regardless who is president, we're going to keep getting killed by the police. Like, we're going to keep being denied fair wages. We're going to keep being denied all this other shit. Like, regardless, it don't matter who the fuck you voting for.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? Because again, the topic is talking about, could you be with somebody who maybe had a difference in political view? I'm talking friendship, relationship, but let's just go relationship, because we talk to everybody else except Naomi. So can I read you a quote? And this is from my homeboy, and this is my partner, nigga like a brother to me. So I ain't saying this to diss. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm just gonna read something he put in the group chat. He might hate it. I put it out there because it was in a group chat. I shouldn't be put it out there, but fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead. Fuck it. He said some shit, and he's a Trump supporter, and like it is what it is, right? I'm not mad at the nigga for being a Trump supporter. But here's what he said that I disagree with. I thought was a wild stance. So tell me if you were with somebody and they had this stance based on what you just said. I think you're going to have a reaction to this. He said, talking about Trump, he said Trump had a $2 billion plan for Black America. He stays trying to preserve our status in America from being washed away by immigrants. That Trump, so essentially he's saying that Trump has Black folks in America.
No, and I also heard and I actually did see that Trump actually signed a major bill into law, which like gave the native indigenous people like rights to their lands. It basically signed it into law, where it's basically a lot of indigenous people got miscategorized as Negro. And so you know, our status has changed in that way. So I mean, hey, if shit does work out, if something does end up coming
No.
good along from that
My
shit,
question is,
oh
do you
yeah,
think
would I
that
care?
Trump
No.
is concerned with our intentions?
I mean, he would probably be as concerned about our intentions as any other white person. So it's like, I don't know. Like, how would
No,
I
I
feel
feel like
about a nigga who felt like that? If he told me that, I don't know if I would care.
Okay.
I think
I don't know what I
I
would
think
care,
he
but
has
I don't
good
know if he was
relation with
just heavy
black
on the
people.
politics, because it's just like, I'm not necessarily.
And listen, to be fair,
Yeah.
clearly, if you haven't been able to tell, I'm not a Trump fan, but I am on record of saying if black FBA,
You kept
black
saying you
American,
fucked with Trump. I was actually confused. You're not a Trump fan, but you are, though.
well, because like if I see some shit I like, I gotta say, yo, I fuck with that, right? I think the nigga's charismatic as fuck. I think he's funny. I think that like he does some good shit. And I also am on record of saying if we're ever gonna get reparations, I think a nigga like Trump might be the best person to do it.
Well,
Because
so
I
then
think
that answers your last question. Yes, he fucks with black people.
no, I don't think no, but see, like that's why I disagree though. Because I don't think that he would give the reparations because he fucks with black people. I think that he would do it because somebody tells him it's a good idea and he might get some good.
Then Biden would have done it. He's a bird. That's a clucking bird.
No, I don't think.
Like,
No, you got to go. But see, you got to go back, and this is why Biden being old and maybe senile now is crazy, because older Biden or younger Biden talked crazy shit, right? He talked mad shit. So, like him being in this kind of vegetative stage is wild for him.
Exactly, but so listen to you, because if he popped this shit, was never the president, was never popped it hard enough, bitch, to be that number one.
And he been trying to be Biden been trying to be president since the 80s. He been trying to be president since the 80s.
2008. He popped it hard enough for a lifetime to be vice president to a black man.
That's a fact.
Black president, right? Yeah. So then this bitch got, in my opinion, like sympathy votes and like anti-Trump votes and became the president eventually. And with that, like he ain't done a motherfucking thing. And like I just don't see him being fair. I don't even know where I was going with that. Like I lost my train of thought, but like I just don't see him being fair.
Hilarious.
Fuck Biden.
I know.
That's all.
Right, but fuck, I know it's not even fun.
But
I'm
like,
fuck
I
all
respect-
them.
I
Definitely reparations.
respect
Like
that.
I've been thinking about like how reparations should look. So I feel like we definitely need our 40 acres, and I'll still take the mule.
Look at Mo.
And
said,
I've been thinking at least like, so this is part of my project 2025. It's like 25 million automatically to the bank account of each and every black person, like man, woman, child. And then also 25 million needs to be held in trust for like the next about 25 generations. I'm gonna say, I don't know how long there's been oppression that the melanated people have been going through. So like for the next 25 generations, every black man, woman, child need to be getting 25 mil off top. I don't know, but I may go higher. Plus the 40 acres.
Yeah, hello land. We need half the land.
Listen, I'm signing up for your plan. I'm signing up, Naomi. Where do I sign?
Okay, well, boom. All you gotta talk to God, baby. Put it in the cosmos.
Know.
I'm letting y'all know what it is right now. So that's part of my 2025. What is your vision for 2025? Because regardless, like what this politics, like one wants you to tell, like you're literally a creator of your own universe. You're a creator of your own reality, and you can't shift things. And if you believe things can be one thing, then that's what it's going to be, because that's how powerful you are. But if you dare to dream bigger, if you dare to like want more, it can be. Ashe, so it is.
And I'll say this, because I always equate the presidency to being a college football coach. Most college football coaches get 4 years. They get a full 4 years because they say within 4 years, you get your entire recruiting class to go from freshmen to seniors, right? Whoever you recruited coming in, they get to be okay. And if you haven't improved us by that time, we get you the fuck up out of here, right? We get you up out of here because you ain't did nothing. So I equate it to that, and I say that because like it's a messed up thing, because we don't even feel like on a personal level, we can't really feel at home what a president puts in place for a number of years, right? So we don't. So he may put a policy in place day one. Me and the people on this panel, we're not gonna feel that until later down the line because it got to go through. It got to go through so many stages, get affected, then start being implemented. So we don't feel that for a while. So we don't know what these changes are actually going to do for us at all anyway, right?
And
now,
I forgot to mention, I forgot to mention that 25 mil, I actually want it in gold. Don't give me these fucking federal notes.
Oh shit! Naomi said gold. Goddamn.
We need that shit gold. We need our shit. But like this was our gold. They literally came to this land trying to dig up all the gold. Like, yeah,
right, no. Just literally give us our shit back.
Like, try to give me that paper you think you want.
Everything in the museum.
I'm like, go, nigga.
To the museums. I'm like, everything in the museums like needs to be given back to Black people. That's like artifacts like that. It's shit like that. Like, come on, liberate the people.
Naomi said, "Let me get that back in gold."
Yeah, need that shit back in gold.
All right, man. We get ready to get up out of here for tonight. We almost finished for tonight. Can we get to a couple of fun stories outside of politics real quick? I want to play two quick stories, and I promise we done tonight, Mo. I swear we done tonight, Mo. I want to show this. I want to show
the coziest.
My bad.
Right.
My bad.
This right here, I saw this right here, and I said, "Yo, this shit right here wasn't even PDA. This was, I don't know what you call this. It started off as PDA, it became something weird, and it got interesting. Did y'all see this lady here and her man? Watch this. First of all, the kissing is way too much already. It's a lot already." But now watch, look at the nigga eyes. What are we doing in the club right now? Look at the nigga nose. It's a lot. I guess he not matched her freak, but it's doing a lot for me.
I don't know if he matched her freak because I
no, like he didn't match it.
If you hate it.
Yeah, that nigga was like, "Get the fuck off of me."
Right.
He is like, she doing all this and gonna be asleep by the time we get home. Like, gonna be knocked out. I ain't even finna get no pussy. She doing all this shit.
Dream, I'm with you. Licking my nose, that's crazy work. Don't lick my nose. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't even like my face.
No, because I'm really feeling like my face is gonna be smelling like your spit. Like I'm gonna have to go wash my face.
No, I'm anti. You cannot touch my face. For real.
Yeah, it's doing so much. What say you, Mo? Is it doing too much
in the club?
Yeah.
Should I be doing shit like this?
Mo must cap. I know Mo capping.
No,
Mo ain't even holding hands in the club.
No, I'm just.
Mo said we're not even holding hands in the club.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
No, Mo is a classy girl.
She was doing too much. Okay, here we go though. This was on TikTok. I mean, it started on TikTok. It went to Twitter. And again, I got to always tell y'all, I don't know if this shit is real or not, but we just going to play it out because these scenarios have enough realism in them, right, to where we can just roll with it. Did y'all see this nursing shit? Did y'all catch this? These nurses? Did you catch this on TikTok, Mo? No? Nobody caught the nurse? Okay. So here we go. It's a younger black dude who's a nurse, and apparently he's having sex with this older looking white woman who's a nurse, and she's lying to her husband what's going on. Watch this shit. This shit is wild. Here we go. His caption says she told her husband she's staying to work an extra shift at work. We booked a hotel room for the night. Let's go.
I scrolled past this video.
She talking to her husband right now in the background. He got his phone out. She don't see him.
Is that okay? Yeah.
She lying like a muff. Look at this little scandalous little nigga.
Okay, yeah, I just, I'll give you a call.
Oh, this is nasty work.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna stay tonight. I'll be home about 7:30. Okay. I
Oh,
love you. Okay. Bye.
this nigga.
So you went for it?
Yes. Not happy, but yeah.
You booked a hotel room already?
Hotel room is booked.
There you go. So we're gonna stop it right there. She booked the hotel room. What? I got the second part. What say y'all to that so far?
That nigga should have been the bird of the week. Cause I'm like, why is he even recording this? Like, do you really love her? You're trying to break up her family?
Of course not. He does not love her. He's a bird, like you said.
No, but if you like, what's the point of recording this shit?
They deserve each other.
Like honestly, it's giving like those girls who be taking the candid pictures in the bed with the rappers and shit. Like, get off the internet with that shit. Get off the
He
internet.
was so happy.
And
Like,
he
you're literally doing dirt. You're supposed to hide it.
And then y'all at work. Like, y'all finna get fired doing that extra shit at work. Is it worth is it worth your career to
your
stay in a hotel?
That was
don't. Let's go. Let's go to part two.
That was the
I got
first
part
male-
two when they get to the hotel.
Right. That was the first male Jezebel I've ever met in my life.
So here go part two. The caption says she act like she was on break when she called her husband while we were at the telly laid up. Let's go.
This bitch is an evil hoe.
At the hotel room.
There you go. He walk into the hotel room. She already got the room ready. Knock on that door. There you go.
He giddy as fuck. He don't get off the internet. He like,
right.
No, I'm like, do you love her, nigga? Like,
You just giddy.
Got the big king bed. There you go.
I'm having secondhand embarrassment.
Hold on. Does she have a nightgown on? Let me go back. How old
No, the fuck he didn't.
is this his? Did he lose his virginity to her?
right. I'm like, sir. He said
she got a nightgown. I just noticed she got she back there with a nightgown on. God damn. Hold on. You can't do a hotel sneaky link with a nightgown. You gotta be butt naked or some panties.
Nightgown.
No, he's like, this is the way I like it.
Right. Nightgown is right. Nightgown is some 7 years in plus. You gotta be at least 7 years in for that nightgown. Bitch. Take
that nightgown do it?
Like, no, sir.
Oh, he got the nightgown popping.
I can't believe she brought the nightgown out for this.
Look at him. Look. He didn't did the do. Hold on, back up. Let me back up. Why he got the cover so high on him? He got breasts? What this nigga?
I know, it's like he's covering up his nipples. He covered up his nipples.
Why he got the covers above his breast? He didn't want to show his nipples. This is a wild nigga.
Way too much.
Like, don't be shy now, shit.
Where's she
and
at?
she talking to her husband. Look at him. She checking in with her husband right now.
He is so crazy for this. Not
Like,
rubbing her
nigga,
back.
you finna get shot. I'm like, you want this nigga to know
This
he's
is
finna
wild
kill
work.
all of y'all.
He's rubbing her
He's killing
back.
himself. He's killing you. He's killing the bitch. Out of there.
If I saw this video of Tamara on TikTok, I might have to abandon y'all too. Like, I gotta abandon everybody and everything.
This
Like,
nigga,
new
look
life
at Mo's
me.
face. Mo's like, she's done with this nigga.
He's so proud of this. Like, I just look. You can talk to your boys about that shit, but you doing all of this, like, sir. You just asking, and obviously y'all work together. It's evident. So if this does come across him, all he got to do is show up to the job. He know exactly where you at.
Fam,
Yeah,
you
but
out of there.
some people is like that. Some people are so like, I feel like it's a thirst. But
Right.
like, I feel like it's a thirst.
But that goes so
Like-
far. Like
you're
it's
Oh my God.
He's
Look, y'all,
fulfilled.
look.
He's like, oh my God.
That
Oh my
shit's
God, she
crazy.
chose me and like she got a man.
Right.
Like, I must be that nigga and like let me record this and y'all be getting the hotel. They got a king size and it's like please stop embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
This isn't cool.
Like you're embarrassing me now.
Right.
At this point,
This is not pimping.
this
No,
bitch
when people in the
smiling.
chat was like, People in the comments was like, dude, we can't even see her face, but we know she like a 3. They was going in. It was like, we know she don't look good, dude.
He was trying not to put her on the camera. He only showed her when she was turned away.
She's definitely older than him.
He was a wizard with that camera though, because he made sure it was never like she could never see it. He was flipping it back and forth, like he was doing his thing.
No, it's given like it's just some feminine shit to do. Like that's crazy. But I guess like maybe I don't know, like maybe that's like some Meredith Grey type shit. Maybe she popping up in that hospital. He's so happy to just be fucking her.
You know what? What's crazy about me, Naomi? The first thing I thought was this nigga might think that like he's doing something and he don't even know like her husband's a whole cuck and like she's gonna like give him all the details when she gets home. Like this is a whole like shit that they're doing. Because like she's like a middle-aged white woman, you know what I'm saying? She into some wild shit anyway, you know. Yeah, babe, go ahead. Let him hit it raw. Wear your nightgown. Yeah. And then when you come home, let me know he came in you. Yeah, all that type of wild shit. No, these people are weird on this cuck shit. So yeah. I don't think that he's as pimping as he thought. You dig? But shout out to him though. He put it up for it was content for us, so I appreciate. I swear,
there's like a person. I recognize that there's like personality types. Like there's types of people. Like, and I feel like that. I don't want to no shade God, but I feel like it was just a little lazy at some point. It was like, okay, let me just make types of personality, and then like they can mix and mingle, and they'll become an individual based on that. But I feel like there's types of people, and like he's that type of person that's like, not only is it like a hunger for clout, but it's a thirst for like bitch attention. Like, look at me and see me. Notice somebody liking me. Notice someone like wanting to do this. Like all those things combined is a type of a person. I be coming across them seldom, but when I do, I'm like, oh, okay. You want to
like I know what you are.
Right.
I'm like, you're a lame nigga.
To be fair to them, because I'm like, all things considered, like I think it's real for them. Like it really does validate them and it does make them feel good. Like, and that's not shady. Like I'm saying, like literally, like it makes them feel like good about themselves.
I'm like, well, hopefully they've been on his ass enough where it won't anymore.
But that's the reality.
Okay, this does not feel good. Maybe let me just keep this to myself for now.
That's the reality. He got what he asked
taking it to TikTok, they got on my ass.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
So he'll realize like that what comes with that attention is not just like only goodness. Like people gonna have shit to say and like may critique you as well. So like you get what you ask for too. And like if it's too much, it's too much, you know. But
that nigga like that. If he was posting that shit, I'm cheating on my husband, and you got me on video.
That's nasty work.
No, I wouldn't even. I'd be like revenge porn.
Y'all think she knew about the camera? Clearly, right?
I mean, you never see her face technically, so she can technically try to deny it. But you know who that is.
I don't know. You know, some people be trying to sneak. Like they'll really try to sneak video and sneak like pictures, especially like when they fucking on somebody. Like, and I feel like a nigga can do that for sure, because it's like, oh my god, my niggas never gonna believe who I got up in this bitch. Like, let me show you. Let me take a quick little pic real quick.
It's some nasty
sending it, but putting it on TikTok is like a whole nother level, especially when she's cheating. It's like, damn, you trying to ruin her shit.
Like you hate
like,
her.
because if you're agreeing to be the side nigga, I feel like if you're agreeing to be my side nigga, like, why would you be dry snitching? Like, why would you be snitching unless you're trying to like ruin the relationship? And it's just like, now you're not being a good side nigga. Like, I'm over here lying to my husband. Like, I'm really fighting for my life, trying to keep my relationship.
I'm fighting for my life.
Relationship. Like, I'm trying to keep both my niggas, and you're over here. You're working for the other team. Like, what is going? I thought we was locked in. I thought we was like this.
Right.
She probably said no. She probably said we can't do this anymore. She probably said I gotta stop, and he said, "Okay, bad."
Hilarious. All right, we out of here,
y'all.
y'all.
Probably couldn't wait to go to the husband, and she did say he gonna be fucking blackmailing her soon.
No, facts. We out of here for the night, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all every Wednesday night. It's the most infamous No Strings Attached, y'all. Peace. We holla.
Good night, you guys.